Next up, we have the representatives from the International Stuttering Association, led by their chair, Doug Scott. Doug, it is a pleasure to have you and your team at StutterFest 23. Please take it away, my friend.
Well, Tom, thank you so very, very much. Again, I think StutterFest has been going on 2 or 3 years now. And I think this is the first time that we were able to join. I should have 2 of the board members on here as well. I'll try to be brief. I'll start with a brief introduction of myself. I am Douglas Scott. I'm from Houston, Texas. I have been a part of the stuttering community now for approximately 37 years. Actually, I am that old, guys. I've been around a long, long, long time. I first started my first conference at the NSA, National Stuttering Association. That was in 1986. And as you can tell, hopefully, that I am a person that stutters. In addition to me, we'll have 2 other board members that will be doing a short presentation on some of the areas that they have been specifically involved with in their home countries. And with that, what I am going to do is I'm going to give you an overview of the ISA. I'm going to bore you a little bit with a little bit of the history. And then I'm going to go through the vision and the mission of the organization, as well as how do you become a member of the ISA. And then I will summarize with the main focus and purpose of the ISA. So with that said, and again, there should be a little bit of time at the end of all 3 presentations for some questions and answers, okay? So if you can hold that until the end, that would be great. Or perhaps there's someone that's going to be monitoring the chat form, and you can send some questions in there, and we will try to answer them either live online now or perhaps later. So with that said, I will go ahead and start with the history. The ISA, which as you know stands for International Stuttering Association, is a nonprofit international umbrella group made up primarily of national self-help associations of people who stutter all around the world. This association seeks to provide a means whereby the voices of people who stutter can be heard at the international level. Way back in 1995, I believe, when there were a group of people from various countries that gotten together, and they decided to form this group. And at that time, this was prior to Zoom. That was the first international group, I believe, of people who stutter. There were a group of representatives that had came together in San Francisco in 1992 at what was then the Third World Congress for people who stutter. Previous world congresses were held in Kyoto, Japan in 1986 and in Cologne, Germany in 1989. There were various discussions among the national self-help associations at that time in 1993, and a worldwide survey was done in 1994, which led to the creation of the first draft of the ISA's constitution. The constitution was refined and ratified later on in a meeting that was in Sweden, which was the Fourth World Congress of people who stutter. There were some more changes done to the structure of the ISA, and that was done at the 5th World Congress in South Africa. So as you can tell, the annual meeting of the ISA is called a World Congress. The most recent version of the ISA's constitution can be found on ISA's website, which is isastutter.org. The 7th World Congress for People Who Stutter was held in Perth, Australia in February of 2004. One of ISA's biggest projects in 2005 was to hold a first African stuttering conference in Douala, Cameroon. For those of us, Tom and others, and Jane and others who have done some work with people who stutter in Africa, we all know how very, very difficult it is to reach the people who stutter there. People without a lot of resources and means. So it's very, very hard to reach the many, many people, children and adults in Africa who stutter. And of course, outreach to Africa is extremely important to the ISA. The vision for ISA is a world that understands stuttering. Our mission, the ISA seeks to improve the conditions of all those whose lives are affected by stuttering in all countries by doing various things. One of those things is sharing concepts and experiences in stuttering self-help and therapies, helping to develop the self-help movement in countries around the world, assisting in communication among people who stutter, parents of children who stutter, and therapists and researchers from all disciplines. Educating the general public is extremely important to the ISA, as well as others in the stuttering community. Promoting cooperation between national and international organizations of people who stutter, such as the European League of Stuttering Associations, ELSA, and other international organizations such as IFA and now currently the WSN as well, the World Stuttering Network, who is the host of this awesome event called StutterFest. We also publish a newsletter at least once a year, and we maintain our website as well. The ISA has developed a number of guiding principles, including recognizing all national self-help organizations are independent and are free to organize projects in their own countries. The ISA and national and international self-help organizations should work together and cooperate on all that is necessary, another guiding principle of the ISA. The ISA should encourage expression of varying points of view on theoretical or debatable issues related to self-help prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of stuttering, rather than strive for consensus among ISA members on such issues. When it comes to becoming a member of the ISA, it is possible only for national or international self-help organizations of people who stutter. It's not for individual persons, with some exceptions. Those exceptions are non-voting special categories, such as special friends of the ISA or honorary members. The ISA has members from many countries spread throughout the world, over 36 countries. Some of those include Argentina, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, Bulgaria, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Canada, Croatia, many countries in Europe, United Kingdom, Sweden, Spain, South Africa, and of course, the United States of America. The following international organizations are also a part of the ISA. As I said earlier, ELSA, Passing Twice, which is a group of gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people who stutter. There's a Spanish organization called TTML. And of course, currently STAMLY, which is now an international group, is also a part of the ISA. And then I believe the WSN has also inquired about becoming a member of the ISA. So the term special friends refers to individual memberships for people from countries that are not yet members of the ISA who wish to assist in the ISA's outreach efforts in their respective countries. So for example, if there's a stuttering organization within a country and you are part of that organization, then you are automatically a part of the ISA. However, if you have no stuttering organization that you are a part of in a country that is not a part of the ISA, then you can apply to become a member and also lend your efforts, your volunteer efforts to the ISA by the way of becoming a special friend of the ISA. The other category is that of honorary members. The term honorary members refers to individuals who have been given special membership in recognition of their work on behalf of people who stutter. The first honorary lifetime members of the ISA are Jane Frazier of the Stuttering Foundation of America and Judith Custer of the Stuttering homepage. By way of a close, since I'm running a little bit longer on time here, the ISA in general has a board of 9 members that are elected every 3 years at its in-person World Congress. And in summary, the ISA is an organization that believes that as people who stutter, we all have a lot to learn from each other, no matter where in the world we live or what language we speak. Thank you. I think the next person who's going to go up after that is Ahmad, if he's online.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Ahmad, sorry for going over a little bit. So it's on to you now. Okay, thank you very much, Ahmad.
That's fine. That was fantastic, and I'm really brief. Thank you so much. Let me share the presentation. Just a minute. So guys, I have joined ISA board of directors last year in February. I was the first Asian to join the board of ISA, and currently I'm also the secretary of the board. And I have been stammering since the age of 2, and in Pakistan I'm running Say Global Foundation that is working for people having speech issues and for people with mental health problems. So this, let me, so this is my brief introduction. So, for a brief moment, just imagine that there is a gun to your head. Will you be able to think straight? Will you be able to think with your full mental capabilities? I live with this gun to my head for so many years. Why? Because I have a speech impediment, and yes, I stammer. And with that, uh, the childhood was fine, and as I grew up, the things got more difficult for me, especially when I entered into the a professional life. And I remember that day when I decided that I won't apply for jobs where they are required to speak, like sales, marketing, teaching, and so on. So my professional journey started from there, and after around 10 years, I felt that I'm missing something. I have so much potential inside me that is not coming out. I'm not able to help people that I should do. So I'm wasting. The God has given me so much things to help this world, and I'm wasting all this. Why? Because there was a gun to my head, the gun of fear. So I decided I have to do something, about that. So I got the opportunity, and I started to work as assistant a professor in a university. And from there, the things have started to change. And the day came, the Say Global was born. So at Say Global, we are helping solve speech impediment and mental health issues in society by breaking stigma, providing access to treatment, and creating support uh, of communities. We are the pioneers of starting speech group therapy and mental health support groups in Pakistan. So we are from individual therapy to group therapy and mental health consultations. So the main focus of Say Global is to give an environment to people who stammer and people having mental health issues, to find a place where they could feel themselves that uh, they can relate to. They could find help, and they could find those resources which will help them to grow, to become a better human being and a productive part of society. And for that, we have amazing collaboration with these uh, organizations. For example, with Toast Masters, we have formed the fourth club in the world and the first club in Asia, the Say Global Toastmasters Club, where we help people with speech issues and people with social anxiety and phobia. We train them in the art of public speaking and leadership skills. So this is how we, help people. Um, Awareness, stigma breaking, access to treatment, creating support community, and those who want to become, better leaders and speakers. Here we train them and make them a productive part of society. And these are our few projects: Pakistan Stammering Foundation, Asian Association of Stuttering organization to work in Asia on stuttering. Yeah. So these are the few pictures of different events, and you can see on my shirt it's written, मैं हकलाता हूँ मुझसे बात करें. It means I stammer, talk to me. So I in campaigns I mostly wear this shirt, and you can see this shirt too. My superpowers, acceptance and disclosure, and these are our few pictures of our few events, and yeah, this is our uh, awareness campaigns, and this is pictures from our say Global Toast Masters Club, and yeah, and this is our mental health support group. This is from the picture from the online group, and we are also working with children, and this is one of the story telling session. Yeah, and this is our a volunteer team, and in the below you can see that say global. So my take in this journey, we started working during the pandemic in March 2020, when things were shutting down, and we felt that there is the need to help people, and we started then. So in this 3 years journey, my take is like I felt my superpowers are acceptance and disclosure. The moment I accepted that I am a person who stammers, who stutter, so I had make peace with myself. Okay, this is a person who I am. I stammer, so I don't need to, feel guilty or feel ashamed of myself. This is who I am. So I love myself. And then the journey started. I said, okay, this is fine. This is who I am. Now I have to, what I need to do to become a productive part of society. So I know that I can't speak fluently. So I started to work on that. So 3 years back, when we started the first batch of speech group therapy, I was part of that. Now we are going to start the batch 12. So this is how it is. And the second thing to lower the gun from here down is to disclose, to tell people I stammer, and I'm proud of that. This is being a stammerer. These two are our super powers. And in the last, I would like to say, together we can make this world a better place, not only for people who stammer, but for everyone. We are, ISA, WSN, or something else, but we need to stick together. We need to work together for the betterment of individuals who stammer. Thank you.
Well, I think some of you know me already. I'm Cinthia from Paraguay. Just let me put this. I'm 49 years old, happily married now for 27 years, and I'm a forest engineer, member of the board since August of the board of ISA. And well, I will show you just let me share this screen just a minute. Yeah. Okay, we are very proud as a Paraguayan Stuttering Association of our logo. It's very new, and I would like to explain it a little bit. the A is for association, and there you see the prolongation. Can you see it? In the A, yes. Then in the P is the block, and in the T is the repetition. So the three main characteristics of stuttering, And in the letters here in Asociación Paraguaya de Tartamudez, that's a type of lettering, or yes, a type of lettering that is from Paraguay. It's in our native language, and it means dancing. It's the only Paraguayan in word, And if you can see this, the letters are not complete. Our brain completes the words. So well, that is our logo, and this was the foundation of our stuttering association in October, middle of the pandemic. So there is the board. Those are all members of the board. And okay, where's the next? Oh, it doesn't go. Okay, and these were our beginnings. The fan page was created in 2016, and our first meeting as a group was in 2017. But let me tell you a little bit about me, of my story, how this happened, because Germany for some time, and there I met this support groups for the first time, and I thought it was something great, and when I came back to Paraguay, I searched for some to join, but there was nothing at all, and that was in 2007. I grew up as a typical child, very communicative, but when my divorced, I was 6, and the uncertainty that this caused in me seemed to trigger stuttering. Some relatives of my parents stuttered too, and it got worse in my adolescence. It took me almost a minute or more to say one sentence with 7 words, maybe. Well, I had a severe stuttering when I was a child, and being the best in school, I take off this, and at sports, to compensate my mother for my failure was always my goal, because I thought it was a failure. We didn't know nothing about stuttering. Nobody did. So I thought I would never achieve anything in life because of my severe stuttering. To hide it all the time, not accepting it, 4 attempts of suicide due to severe episodes of depression in my childhood and adolescence, without the capability to imagine a nice future for my life, marked my early existence. In order not to have in order not to have to talk to anyone, I pretended to be dumb. Because in my country, many people have the misconception that people who stutter have mental retardation. And that is also the reason why I decided to study forest engineering. I'm a forest engineer because I thought I would be in the woods the whole day and working there and with a tree. Nobody could do any bullying there to me. So then I had a life change. I had an encounter with someone very special who transformed completely my life. And and after this, in a span of 2 years, I had a great improvement from 5% fluency to 80% in my appreciation. Well, as I told you already, we lived in Germany, and when I came back, there was nothing, and I just waited. I waited for somebody to open a support group, and so past 1 year, then 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 and 9 years. Then a child, he was 11 or 12 years old. He committed suicide here in Paraguay, and he left a letter where he said that he did it because of the bullying. He couldn't with that anymore, and that was the moment I knew that I was born for this. That's why I was not healed totally, because I had a great improvement, but I wasn't healed at all. So I asked myself all those years why I haven't been healed at all, and that was the answer. Then I started the support group, and I found my purpose in life. So today the group has more than 70 members, and since February 2019, we also have a support group for parents of children with stuttering that has more than 80 members. And since this year, we have also support groups for children, and for my deepest desire is to encourage others to not hide their stuttering and be fulfilled despite of this condition while raising awareness about stuttering. I have come to recognize it's not a hindrance to become a leader. I work in different areas, not only stuttering, and I lead there. And nowadays, I am thankful to God that I have this stutter, because it allows me to reach an important group of people with the love and care of God in scenarios where normally God is absent. So I just want to serve with stuttering in my country and in the world, raising awareness about this condition, and making this world a better to be. So just one slide. Wait, sorry. Just where is my here? This slide I wanted to show. This was with 7 years. Oh, sorry. With 3 years, everything was okay there. This is when I got married, and this is me and my contact. So thank you very much for your attention. Okay. Tom?
Well,
Douglas?
Cinthia, thank you so much. And I think that's the first time I have heard your full story. So thank you so much. Tom?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Tom, do we have any time for any questions, or do we need to close it up?
You think that 5 minutes for a Q&A would be okay, Doug?
I think, yeah. I'm sure we can get at least, one in or two.
Perfect.
Okay. So if anyone would like to ask us something, you can either just it to one or to all of us. I'm not seeing anything, Tom. Are you seeing any questions?
You all must have did a thorough job in explaining the ISA. Cinthia, I was very moved by your story. It hit home with a couple of points in your journey. So thank you for sharing that with us today. I think that you guys are doing a great job, Doug, and look forward to supporting your efforts.
Well, again, so thank you, WSN World Stuttering Network, for putting on this event. I am thrilled that we finally had a chance to participate in it. One of the things that the ISA is going to be starting this year is a podcast. So be looking for that to be coming out fairly soon. And again, thank all of you guys, because all of you guys are doing great work all over the world. And it takes a village. It takes, one world and one voice.
Could I ask a fast question, if I can?
Yes, go ahead.
It is for Cinthia. In Ireland, we have a women's support group, and it is for women all over the world. And I would very much appreciate if I could send you a email, and if you would consider hosting one of the events for It's Just for Women. They would all be amazed to hear your story. It's so important for your story to be shared with women all over the world. You will inspire everyone with that.
Oh, thank you very much. That would be a great pleasure for me. And okay, normally it takes 40 minutes to tell the whole story. Please consider that. I just shortened it this time because of, but it would be a great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is what happens when we all come together. There's these collaborations and these new friendships and these networking. So I love seeing this. Thank you, Jamie, for that. Doug, thank you to your team. Wonderful job today.
Thank you very much.